Welcome to the Master's Table. Thank you for joining us today. What a beautiful day the Lord has given us, and we've got a great dish for you that we're going to be fixing. It's a healthy dish, and I'm very excited. I'm your co-host, Tina Cleveland. This is your cook, along with the pastor. He's a pastor, and he's a great cook. He's going to be telling you what we've got today, although I'm going to be doing a lot of it. This is one of my favorite dishes, and I'm so excited to show you.
Yep, Tina loves this dish. This is, people that cook and people that come home and cook after they get off work, we have a rotation most of the time. We cook through the week. This is in the rotation. We have this at least once, if not twice a week. Matter of fact, our kids said that they was tired of, before they got grown and gone, they was tired of this. They was tired of this, and they was tired of steak and gravy.
Yeah.
They said, we tired of that rotation. But me and Tina still love it, and this was, like I say, one of her favorite dishes. So we figured we'd throw it in the mix today and do a little healthy.
It's a very easy dish. It's smoked sausage with vegetables, and it's kind of one of those dishes where you can put as much in or you can take as much out as you don't like something in there. Right. You can just kind of do your own thing. So I'm excited about doing it. And we're going to get things ready. We're going to take a short break. Go get your pad and pencil and get ready to join us, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Right here in the Master's Table. Well, welcome back to the Master's Table. I think we got everything ready. I'll kind of skip through these ingredients right quick. This is real easy. Tina's got some zucchini squash. I think she's got three. We may cut up three or four zucchini squash. We have yellow squash. We got a couple of bell peppers. We got an onion. We may cut up another onion. We got some seasoning. This is 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. We're gonna add that. And I'm not going to add all that red pepper flake. If you like heat, you can put all this you want to in there. And I got some fresh garlic that I'm going to drop in with this. This is beef sausage. You could use the andouille sausage if you like it a little bit more spicy. I mean, you could go with the turkey sausage, or that they have a turkey, beef, chicken mixture sauce, whatever kind of sausage you like. But I like the beef, and I like the andouille. But
the turkey is good.
Yeah, the turkey sausage is good. I like all of it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I got this on and got this heating up a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. Let this come on up to temperature.
You can put this sausage straight onto the pan without putting it in the skillet, but I like to cook it in the skillet and brown it and then put it in the pan, because a lot of times this takes a little while to cook, so sometimes your vegetables are going to get too done. If you put the sausage in there before you should, then it's going to burn up. So I found that cooking it on the stovetop, just browning it and then putting it on the pan and putting it in the oven and let it cook a little bit is much better. It works out.
They're watching you the way you pointing that knife at me when you're talking, so you better be careful. I'm gonna cut this sausage.
We've been married 30 years. I can do that.
Yeah, that's right. I'll let you slide today. Just don't let it happen too much. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this sausage up and drop it in there. This is already good and warm. Now, traditionally I would cut this sausage like this, but I like to cut it a little bit longer, make the pieces look a little bit more bigger. I like to cut them long. So if you cut them at an angle, it just makes them, that's like that word, more gooder. This is more bigger. It makes them look more bigger. It gives you a bigger bite, I guess, to say. There's no wrong way to do this. And like I said, there's no wrong sausage. And you know what? If you don't like sausage, you could just make a vegetable dish.
Yep, I have put shrimp in it.
Yep, you could add shrimp. You could add, anything, any meat that you like, you could chop it up. You could eat, anything. Sky's the limit. Like I said, this is a very simple recipe. You can come home, cut this stuff up. You could pre-prep this the night before. You come home, throw this on a skillet, in a skillet, or put it in the oven. Now, Tina's doing the more healthy, I guess you would call it a healthy bake, because we're not, cooking it in a lot of oil on the skillet. We are going to drizzle it a little bit with some olive oil. But, you could cook this in the skillet. If you didn't want to let it bake in the oven, you could drop it in the skillet and let these vegetables cook down, or, after you cook the sausage a little bit. There's no wrong way to cook this dish. You can bake it, fry it, eat it raw. I don't like raw vegetables that much, but, there ain't nothing wrong with the way you want to eat it. Make it yours. Every recipe we do is to make it simple and show you that you can cook something that you really like, that you may not think that you I like to go to restaurants and pick out things that I like on the menu, and I like to go home and figure out how they cooked it and make it my own. You think you got enough of that, Miss Cleveland?
I got enough of that squash.
So.
And there again, just add, subtract, whatever you like or don't like. That's what I like about it, is you can come home, you can do all this the night before, put it in the refrigerator, and then when you come home the next evening, you can pop it on the pan, put it in the oven, cook it, and you're done in about 30, 40 minutes, and your supper's done. Always looking for a simpler way to do things, an easier way, I guess, to say, just to simplify it a little bit. Now, Phil, I don't think I told you that this is 3 14-ounce packages of the smoked beef sausage. And we're going to cook all this. I don't know if we're going to need all this, but I'm going to cook it. And I promise you, we're going to eat it, whether we need it in this recipe or not. We tend to put too much sausage sometimes, but I think the more, the merrier. The more sausage you put in there, the more flavor that you bring into it. So. And the turkey sausage is really delicious with it too. And then there you go. You know, you're even more healthy when you eat the turkey sausage. And I guess you don't even have to put meat in it. I guess you can. Well, that's what I was saying a while ago. If you're a vegetarian, like our daughter has become a vegetarian, you don't have to put any meat in it. She'll ask me, she'll say, "What we eating for supper?" And I say, "Not the same thing I'm eating most of the time." So. Yeah, she don't eat much. I don't think she hardly eats any meat anymore. And like I say, everybody's different. Everybody likes different things. So, like I say, make this recipe your own. This is very simple. This is very easy, but it's very, very good. You can use different spices. You can use your favorite spice. You just have to be creative with food sometime. You just have to get different spices and try different things. Yeah. Like I say, this is that's 2.5 of those. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut that other one up. But I will tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this I'm gonna sneak a little bit of this Creole on it. Just a little bit. Because this is not andouille sausage. This don't have no heat. So I'm gonna put just a little bit on there and let that cook. That's just a good pro tip for me to add a little bit more seasoning. If you have recipes like this, if you have similar recipes and you add different things to yours, please let us know. And we love to hear from people, and we like to hear what other people are cooking. That's exactly right. I tell you what, we've said this, and I'll say it. I try to remember to say it all the time. What do you want to cook? What do you want to know how to cook? And I'm gonna take that a step further today. If you got a favorite recipe you would like for us to cook on air, how about reach out to us? How about send us a recipe and say, hey, could you cook my recipe sometime? And I'll go ahead and tell you, I sure will. We'd love to cook your recipe. That's right. We're always looking for another co-host, so you never know who might get a phone call and say, come be on the master's table with us. We liked your recipe so much, we're going to bring you in the house. Huh? Do what? You might fire me. No. I've been with you too long. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yeah, we can't do a whole lot. The older we get, the more we slow down. We can't do a whole lot together, but we found out we can stand in the kitchen and cook. And at least between the two of us, most of the time we got 2 good arms, 2 good hips between both of us. And if there's something wrong with me, Tina would know exactly what it was. So y'all wouldn't even know something was wrong with me. Tina would know what was wrong with me. So I thank God for, like I say, 30 years. It sounds like a long time, but it seemed like it was just yesterday. And I wouldn't do what I do without her. I thank God for her every day. Well, and I'll go as far as to saying, if it wasn't for having God in our life, we wouldn't be where we are now. So right. That's anybody out there that's looking for a mate, make sure they're a godly Christian, because I'll tell you, it makes all the difference in the world, because we were not that way when we met. And Tina was the bad when I was a good one. Once we took that road and decided to let Jesus in our life and let him guide our life, things turned around. And so everything is owed to him. So I can just tell you that. Right. That's the center of everything we do. Things will change if you'll pray about it before you make decisions. Even about food, sometimes God's changed my mind. He's given me ideas about what to cook. He's told me not to eat something before. So, make Christ the center of everything.
seek Him first.
All right, so onions.
You want to cut up another one?
Spices? Nah, this will be enough.
Okay.
Tell them
wanna-
when they get the
yeah.
spices.
Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of it too. I'll go ahead and add. I'm gonna add just a little bit of this. This is our own blend. This is Master's Table all-purpose seasoning. This is ours. We make this. We mix this up in our kitchen in a very clean environment. Half time it's in the dining room because we got a bigger table, but we make our own seasoning. Like I always like to share, you know, most of us when we cook, we always gonna add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion powder or a granulated onion or some sort of seasoning. So what we done, we made it all in one. Not only we have the all-purpose beans, I was going to add a little bit of red pepper to that, so I'll put just a little bit of this one. This one has the red pepper flakes in it. It's the same as that, but I don't know if you can see that on there. But this will add just a little bit of red pepper. And this, and I know people always say, "Oh, you're putting too much seasoning on there." This don't hardly have any salt in it at all. Matter of fact, as we worked on our recipe on our seasoning, I've cut more and more and more the sodium, the salt out of it. I don't even like to put any salt in it. Maybe just a touch, but it's just a barely amount of salt. And I think the next that we make, I'm gonna try it without salt, and that way, because this is what I like to tell people. I got a little salt cellar here. You know, if I want salt, I'll put just a little pinch. But this way, when I pour all-purpose seasoning, I know I'm getting pepper, and I'm getting garlic, and I'm getting onion. And you can add all the salt you want at the end. And I told somebody this the other day, we was talking about cooking, and they was talking about salt and talking about putting this and that and all. I said, you know, you can always add salt at the end to your favorite dish. You can always add it. But if you put too much, it's impossible to get it out. So I don't want to add too much on the front end, and we can always add it on the back end. So have you about got everything cut up and got it ready?
Yep, I think we're ready.
Your sausage is getting a little brown. It's probably getting close enough anyway.
We better take a little bit of olive oil and spray the pan so that it don't stick.
I like them. I know everybody don't probably, but I love to put aluminum foil on my pan.
Yes.
This will save your pan, and it makes cleanup a whole lot easier.
Throw the veggies on there.
That's looking pretty good.
I mean, how?
You might need a bigger pan.
I don't know. It'll be all right.
That's a lot. It's gonna be good. Tina's gonna, like I say, it's just a mixture of, and you could. I mean, we've made this before, and I even thought about it. This morning was talking about it when we was talking about the dish that we was going to make. You know, you could even cut up. I like those little small potatoes.
Oh yeah.
You could cut up the small potatoes and add in this dish.
we have done that. That's delicious.
You could cut up. We put asparagus. We love asparagus. Not everybody likes asparagus, so when we make this, we try to make it simple. But like I told you before, you can add as many things as you want to. You could cut about half of this squash out. And add more onions, or add asparagus, or add, you know, more red or bell peppers or jalapenos, or the sky's the limit. This is just a vegetable bake, and this is olive oil. I'm just gonna drizzle just a little bit of olive oil, not a whole lot. That's probably a, I don't know, tablespoon and a half, maybe. I don't even know if it's
seasoning.
Yep, let me move it over here so I can
all-purpose seasoning.
Yep, I'm gonna hit it. Like I say, I've seasoned that a little bit. So we're gonna season this with our AP, our all-purpose seasoning.
And you can purchase these.
Yep, just get in touch with us.
www.masterstable.shop.
Yep, .shop. Yep. So we'll season that a little bit, and I'll take this and just give it just a little mix. We'll give that just to kind of make sure all of it's got a little bit on it. So we ain't done yet. We ain't done. That's the AP. And I'm fixing to come on with my favorite. This is my favorite. This is a good heavy tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And like I say, you know what spices you like, and you know what you cook with and what you like to use the most.
Gotta do the cobbler.
Yeah, we'll get it ready. We'll stick this in just a second. And not only are we gonna make this today, Tina's going to show you how to throw together a peach cobbler, a homemade peach cobbler.
Easiest thing ever.
I sure do like it.
Oh, I got to.
The only thing I don't like about it is her cooking it, because when she cooks it, I'm going to eat it. And me and our little dog, our grand dog, Miss Marley, we like to eat. She likes to sit on the foot of my chair, and whatever I'm eating, she's eating. And most of the time she eats before I do. And she likes everything just like I do. She got the same problem I have. Now, this is very, very, very optional. This is red pepper I told you a while ago. I sprinkled just a little bit in there. This is red pepper flakes. Now, you don't want to get too crazy with this because this will heat it up.
Yeah, don't put too much in there.
But this is just enough just to give it a little bit of flavor. Just a little bit. This is very lightly, just a little bit of red pepper. I'm not even going to use all that. And before I dump this sausage, Tina, I'm going to incorporate one more thing in here. I want to put a little bit of this, this is roasted garlic. I generally do these ahead of time. I love, if you watched the show before, you've seen this, we mix this and put it on bread. I like to put it in everything. I love this roasted garlic. We had I cooked, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them last night. I cook them and put them in the refrigerator because you can bake these. You take this this is a whole garlic clove. And what I do is cut about 1/4 off the top, and you set it in a little piece of tin foil, or you could get a piece of parchment paper, whatever you want to use. But I like the tin foil, and I'll drizzle it with a little olive oil, hit it with a little bit of our AP, a little bit of maybe the Cajun seasoning. Every once in a while, I hit it with that W sauce. I can't say that, what's your sister's sauce name? I don't know how to say it right, so I call it the W sauce. But you can season this just a little bit. Wrap it up real tight, just like a Christmas present. Get it real tight, put it in the oven, bake it on 400 for 45 minutes. And then you can take them out, make a few of them, because once you do this, you're going to love the way it smells when it's cooking.
The house was
smell that well.
Night.
Can't smell that well. Had COVID 2 years ago, and ever since then I can't smell, but I could smell this cooking last night. And let me show you how easy this comes out. When you bake this whole clove, you cut that top off and bake it, and then look how that comes out. That's nothing but just baked garlic. And that is some more good. That is some more good. Tina, if you'll stir it in, I'm going to wipe my hand off back here, and we'll be ready to mix that on up and get that in the oven. And then again, you can cook this. You can cook that sausage as done as you want to. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and pop this in the, I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the oven.
What?
Just bake. We'll let that cook just a few more minutes. We'll get that. I got that on a pretty low heat. I'll cut that down and let that simmer a little bit more, because I don't want our sausage to get too done. I don't want it to get too done. So I'm gonna pop this in. So I'll let you go ahead and get your cobbler going before we have to go to a break.
Yeah, I learned the hard way with this sausage, because when I first started making it, I put this on there and then let it all cook for like 45 minutes. And when it came out, the sausage was just about burnt. So
but ain't that like life?
Don't do that. Yeah.
Ain't that like life? We learn a lot of things the hard way.
Yeah.
Wisdom will teach you a lot of things.
All right.
A lot of things. All right,
We're going to let that simmer.
Go ahead and be putting your cobbler together, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven.
And this is a cobbler recipe. It's probably the easiest recipe in the world.
Let me say this before you get started on that. We're going to put this in a 400 degree. You cook this on 400 or 375?
400.
400 degree oven. Cook this about 30 minutes and check it. Because the reason why I say check it, because you may want your vegetables softer, or you may, they're gonna be like I would say a medium at 30 minutes. But after that 30 minutes, they're gonna begin to cook real fast. So 30 minutes, about 400, and check it, and then cook them a little bit longer if you want to.
Some people like their vegetables crispy. I don't like my vegetables crispy. I like them done. So you may do 20 minutes, and they'll be to your liking. So that's just going to be whatever you like.
But
so
we're
now
gonna cook that about 15 minutes or so, or a little time, and then we're gonna add this sausage on the top and then let it bake, and then we'll get it out, and we're gonna be ready to plate it up here shortly.
And rice would also be a good side with this dish, but what we're going to do now is dessert, which is my favorite. This is the easiest peach cobbler you'll ever do.
This is like an all-in-one. I mean, that meal, this is all-in-one, so.
Peach cobbler. Melt a stick of butter. Pour it in the casserole dish. Now normally, most of the time I put more butter than it calls for. Then you're going to take a cup of sugar and a cup of flour. You're going to mix them together. This is so easy that I can even do it.
She's a better cook than she lets on to be.
I just don't like to cook.
Somebody was telling me the other day, said, I love to cook, my wife does the dishes. I said, how'd that happen?
All right, so just mix that up good. Oh, got a cup of milk. What'd I do with the milk? Yeah.
It's right there.
Add a cup of milk. I almost forgot that. It's a cup of milk, cup of sugar, cup of flour, a stick of butter, and a can of peaches. Now
that is a 20. I can't see it. That's a 29-ounce can. That's a large can of peaches. That's a large can.
And we just mix it up good. You're not going to get all the little bumps and.
This is the dump and bake. I like it. I love the dump and bake stuff. I love the dump and bake.
Sometimes I'll add more flour because I love crust. I could just eat the crust and not eat peaches.
She loves the bread.
So you're going to put it in here.
In no particular order, just dump it in there. That's what I like about dump and go. You know, speaking of dump and go, I think we need to work on a couple of maybe soon in the next episode or two. We'll start doing a couple of crock pot recipes. Just dump and go. I think we're going to do that.
Why don't y'all send us some good crock pot recipes?
Don't even drain them. Just dump it all.
Yep, you don't drain it. Leave the juice in there.
You want some of this AP on it?
No.
Okay. I was just checking.
Put the oven on 350?
Yeah, you said 350. I'll put it in there for you.
Put it in there.
At 350.
Cook it for about 30, 40 minutes. I always like to turn it on broil because I like the top really, really done, like almost really brown. And take it out, and that's done. We have an outside ministry, and our outside ministry is we've been doing this for years. We go to drug and alcohol treatment centers. Actually, that's where our ministry started, there and in the prison. And we used to take this peach cobbler to the ladies every time. And go ahead and get that other thing.
You want to dump that right quick?
And they loved that peach cobbler. So that's just a great, quick dessert that you can throw in there if you got company coming and you just found out in a hurry. All right, so we're going to put all this on there.
Let me hold that for you. You can rake it in there. Here you go. We're going to put that sausage right on that top. Ooh, wait, boy, that's something more good.
May not even need that much.
We got it cooked. We're going to put it on there. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that looks good to me. If your mouth ain't watering by now, something is bad wrong.
Okay, it's going to go in the oven. We're going to cook it on 400.
No, you said 350 on
350
this one.
on that
350 on this one.
Yeah. And when we come back, we're going to take it out. We're going to show you what it looks like when it's done, and then we're going to eat. So y'all don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Right there. You got to see the finished product. So we'll be back in just a minute.
Well, welcome back to the master's table. I think our dish is just about done, Miss Cleveland. I think it's been in there long enough.
It's smelling good.
It's been in there long enough. I'm ready to eat it.
All right. So
I'm
let's
gonna go
take
ahead.
it out.
I'm gonna go ahead and get it out and plate it up. I keep moving my little. Everybody makes fun of my little measuring cup, but I love my little measuring cup. I got all kinds. I got some garlic in it now. I like to move it around. But these are great for pre-measuring stuff. Like I told you, simplify it. Go ahead and measure out everything in the recipe, have it laid out here, and then it's all a dump and go. Let me see what I do with my pot holder.
In case you missed it a while ago, the dish is smoked sausage and then whatever vegetables you want. We put green peppers, squash, zucchini, onions, some red pepper, and seasonings. So you can also add potatoes. You can really add anything you want. You can put, if you don't like smoked sausage, you can add shrimp. This is a do it your way kind of dish.
This is one of those dishes you can make it whatever you want it to be. I mean, anything or everything that you want, you can put in it. So
when it comes out, this is what it looks like, and it smells so good, and it's very healthy.
Yep, and like I say, this is probably, these vegetables now are probably pretty done. They're probably soft. You could cook this a little bit less, And you could, you know, if you like your vegetables a little bit crunchy, I mean, like I say, everybody don't like the same thing.
And the cobbler.
Yeah, you ready to grab the cobbler out?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and plate some of that up. I'm gonna grab this peach cobbler. I'm talking about, we're finna eat dessert at the same time.
You can also serve rice with this. You can serve you really don't even need anything. Maybe some garlic bread. And then you got a whole meal, and then your dessert is peach cobbler.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna
Easiest
do.
peach cobbler in the world. A cup of sugar, a cup of milk, a cup of flour, a stick of butter melted. Throw it all in there together, mix it up, put it in the oven, cook it, and you're done. And it's the easiest thing. And I'll probably just bypass the meal, and I'll just eat the peach cobbler.
I didn't even get a peach. I didn't even get a peach out of it. I at least got to get a peach so I can say I'm eating a peach cobbler. All right, try it out, Miss Cleveland. It's yours.
It's good. I know it is.
Fork drop. Fork drop recipe.
I'm not even going to eat that. I'm just going to eat this.
She ate that, and I'm going to eat one of these.
Get in touch with us. Frank, what's your email?
Frankie393@gmail.com. Reach out to us, send us a message. Tell us what you want us to cook next time on the Master's Table.
And come back to see us next week.